So we're talking about the gushing over Kamala Harris being the first black woman VP candidate, and it's almost all the woke white media that's talking about this obsessively. And as a person who you would never have any idea what her race or ethnicity or origin was, if you even care.
She polled terribly among black voters when she was running.
Right. And we posed the question. I mean, black folks, what do you think of all this? How do you take it? And obviously, the idea of somebody speaking for the black community is ridiculous. And all you can do is express your opinion, perhaps relate what your friends think. But got a note from Al Anonymous, originally from South Side of Chicago, Englewood. And I, as well as my black friends, laugh at the media for referring to Kamala as black or even African American. We joked, we called Obama white boy back in the day, and we consider Kamala far from being quote unquote black. And he makes that point. But then this is the one I really, really wanted to get to from Ann Anonymous. She didn't ask to be anonymous, but everybody wants to be these days because people try to ruin your life if you disagree with them. But this is absolutely wonderful. As an African American and a professional genealogist who specializes in African American ancestry and records, I can give you yet another reason why we must not allow our country's politics to be based on the colors of our skin. I have seen the DNA results of dark-skinned people who have anywhere from 35 to 75% European ancestry and absolutely no direct ancestors who were ever slaves. And I have seen white people who have anywhere from 12% to 63% African ancestry and have several slave ancestors.
Really?
Subtext to this, the idea of reparations at this point are an evil joke and a dishonest joke. For reasons that she gets into indirectly here. And, I probably should have said at the beginning, and anybody who studies history knows this, from Frederick Douglass to Malcolm X, they talked about this. Dividing people by race is a profitable business and one that gets you a lot of power. It's politically useful. Anyway, getting back to this email. A bunch of white folks who had several slave ancestors. Okay, here we go. Some would argue that it is only the dark-skinned blacks who should be considered black because they are the only ones who have lived a life of persecution and racism. And yet, as a light-skinned African-American, I grew up in the rural area of a large western state where my family was literally, not figuratively, but literally, the only black family on that side of the entire state. And I grew up facing just as much racism as anyone else who lived in an urban area with darker skin. And when I did move away to go to college, I faced some of the worst racism from black folks who didn't think I was dark enough. Therefore, as a light-skinned African-American, I can testify that people of all colors and shades can be racist. And as a genealogist, I can tell you that in reality, we are all just a bunch of American mutts. We must realize that this is the exceptionalism of our country that allows us to be recognized as individuals with unique ancestries and experiences. That's what makes us great. And it is the ignorant collectivism of the left that is trying to divide us and destroy us all over something as baseless as the color of our skin. I'm going to write back and see if we, cover up whatever identifying stuff, if we can post this on the website. I think it is one of the most beautiful, powerful, and indisputable messages and important messages that can be sent around in America today.
Armstrong and Getty.